I've seen Jaleel grow since he's been here. It has been a lot more off the field. Jaleel came in and I don't want to say he was unsure of himself, but hadn't really established himself until as of late. But the amount that he has grown as a player and as a person has been absolutely remarkable. And he's just such a weapon for us when he can get in the open field and move and make guys miss. It's not very often that you have a tight end that is as athletic and as explosive as Jaleel. And us in the program, we could not be more proud of him and who he's become as a tight end and as a player in this organization.
Second question to Edwin Stanton.
Hey, Thomas, what's the demeanor of Mac Jones on the field compared to off the field? Is there a difference you can tell? Is he more of business-like on the field, or is he just kind of even-keeled?
Mac is one of the fiercest competitors that I've ever been around. And you talk about somebody that loves to win. Mac loves to win. And that starts off the field and who he is in the locker room and who he is with the other players, from the older guys to the younger guys, and being a mentor for guys who need it. And, once you get into the game, that's a guy that has to be calm, cool, and collected, and someone that you can look at. And, if stuff starts going awry during the game, which happens in SEC football, you look at your quarterback to see how he reacts, and he always reacts with poise, and he's ready for the next play. And, the team responds to him in every way that we're supposed to respond to him. He's a fantastic leader, and we're very, very blessed to have him as our quarterback.
Tony Sakalis, go ahead.
Thomas, we don't often get to talk to long snappers. What is it like being that job? And, when everyone talks about Will Reichard or the success of the special teams or the punting game, you don't get mentioned. I guess, what is it like, you've been here 4 years. What is it like being the long snapper on Alabama?
I could not imagine playing any other position here, man. I absolutely love what I do. My job, for a guy like Will Reichard, who has been an absolute weapon for us as of late, could not be more proud of him. I absolutely love playing with Will, man. He's an unbelievable kicker. He works incredibly hard on and off the field. My job is to service people like Will, and to service our punters and service J.K. Scott when he was here, and everybody that we've had since then. That's my job, is not to go on the field and get recognition for what I do necessarily. And that's perfectly fine, man. That's not my role. My role is to put the ball where it needs to be, and to give the other guys in the specialist unit the best chance to be successful, and if I can do that, then, I'm doing my job well.
Charlie Potter, you're up.
Hey, Thomas, you just mentioned Will. I was going to ask about him, and just have you seen him progress since his time here?
Like I said, I could not be more proud of Will Reichard and who he is and who he's become. He dealt with some injury issues last year, but we've been excited about him ever since he came into the program. And that guy works harder than anybody. He's the hardest working kicker that I've been around in my time. He loves to kick. He loves to work out. He has the utmost confidence in himself, which is incredibly important in a specialist position. And, he gives us an opportunity to win games. Anytime you have a kicker who, there's a difference between being good and being elite. Will is an elite kicker. He's an elite competitor. He gives us a chance to win games. And when you have a specialist who can do that, it's very few and far between that you find a guy like Will Reichard. We could not be more blessed to have him.
Mike Rodak, over to you.
Yeah, with senior day coming up here, how much talk has there been among the seniors about the blanket waiver that the NCAA is giving this year, and just how many guys might take advantage of that and stay for another year?
I mean, we're not even thinking about that right now. I mean, that's the first I've heard of that. We're focused on, today's practice and this week of preparation and playing our best game on Saturday. We had 2 weeks off and had to play a game against Kentucky, and we got some stuff that we need to work through as a team, guys individually and us collectively. So, right now, the only thing that we have to focus on is who are we going to be today? Who are we going to be tomorrow? Who are we going to be throughout the rest of the season? Because what we do these next couple of weeks is going to, dictate who we are, dictate who we believe in to be ourselves.
These will be the final two for Thomas. Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, Thomas, I asked Mac this question. You've been through a couple Iron Bowls. What is this week like as a player? And I was kind of saying to Mac, I know this year's a little different, but you go to a gas station, someone says something to you. Does the phone blow up a little bit more? Kind of tell me about that.
Unfortunately, can't go to gas stations nowadays because we have to, make sure that we maintain our social distancing and everything that we do. But, this is a week. Anytime that you get to play a game for this university and get to play for Coach Saban is just as important as anyone else. But we obviously understand the significance of the Iron Bowl to the people in this state. And this is a game that's been played for a long time. We get to be a part of something historic, and we all cherish that very much. We very, very much recognize the fact that we get to play in something that not a lot of people will get to play in their lives. We're very, very fortunate to do that.
Final question with AP Stedham.
Hey, Thomas. Thomas, what's the way you support a kicker and a punter? If they make the kick and miss a kick, they shank a punt, they have a good punt. What's the way you support the kicker and interact with them?
Well, what is super important about being a specialist and being a football player, in my opinion, is you can never get too high or too low, right? If you make a 50-yard field goal, you can't be thinking about the 50-yard field goal when you have to go hit the next PAT, right? If you hit a PAT and hit it well, or hit a PAT and don't hit it well, you can't think about that when you're kicking the next kick. Each kick needs to be its own story, and it needs to be its own play, because that's just what it is, And so if a guy hits a bad ball, it happens. If I snap a bad ball, it happens. If we kick a bad ball, that happens. That's football. That's life. It's being human. The most important thing that you can do is realize that you don't get to play that play again. That play happens one time, and it will only ever happen one time. The best thing that you can do for yourself and for the team, and to give us the best chance to win and everybody around you the best chance to be successful, is to play the next play, to kick the next kick, to snap the next snap, and just keep going forward and moving forward. That's how we do it here.
Thank you, Thomas. Hang tight, everyone.